Preface. The pamphlet here presented to the reader was written in the spring of 1916, in Zurich. In the conditions in which I was obliged to work there, I naturally suffered somewhat from a shortage of French and English literature and from a serious dearth of Russian literature. However, I made use of the principal English work on liberalism, the book by J. A. Hobson, with all the care that, in my opinion, that work deserves. This pamphlet was written with an eye to the Tsarist censorship. Hence, I was not only forced to confine myself strictly to an exclusively theoretical, specifically economic analysis of facts, but to formulate the few necessary observations on politics with extreme caution, by hints, in an allegorical language, in that accursed Aesopian language, to which Tsarism compelled all revolutionaries to have recourse whenever they took up the pen to write illegal work. It is painful, in these days of liberty, to reread the passages of the pamphlet which have been distorted, cramped, compressed in an iron vise on account of the censor. That the period of liberalism is the eve of the socialist revolution, that social chauvinism is the utter betrayal of socialism, complete desertion to the side of the bourgeoisie, that this split in the working class movement is bound up with the objective conditions of liberalism, etc. On these matters I had to speak in a slavish tongue, and I must refer the reader who is interested in the subject to the articles I wrote abroad in 1914-17, a new edition of which is soon to appear. In order to show the reader, in a guise acceptable to the censors, how shamelessly untruthful the cringe lords and the social chauvinists who have deserted to their side are on the question of annexations, in order to show how shamelessly they screen the annexations of their cringe lords, I was forced to quote as an example, Japan. The careful reader will easily substitute Russia for Japan, and Finland, Poland, Kurland, the Ukraine, Khiva, Bukhara, Estonia or other regions peopled by non-Great Russians. For Korea, I trust that this pamphlet will help the reader to understand the fundamental economic question, that of the economic essence of liberalism, for unless this is studied, it will be impossible to understand and appraise modern war and modern politics. Author. Petrograd, April 26, 1917.